Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to my channel, and hey, what's up if you are new here? Hello, you guys, welcome back, and hey, I'm so excited you're watching today's video. Welcome if you're new here. If you are a returning viewer, I hope you are subscribed to my channel. If not, please consider doing so. It really does support me, and if you do like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That helps me know that you like what you're seeing. In today's video, I just wanted to share a couple of maybe tips you could call them, or just some things that I've implemented into my daily routine, into my life, that have really helped me in the area of my wellness, my well-being. Specifically, most of them relate to like my sleep and my sleep quality. And I did create this channel to share a lot of fashion related content, a lot of faith-based content. I wanted to share lifestyle and do vlogs, which I do all of the above. And today's video, I just wanted to focus in on wellness. So this will be a pretty quick, I think, we'll see, but just a video just to give you some ideas. I thought these were too good not to share, and they're not these like groundbreaking ideas. I did not think that these little changes would make such a big difference in my life. And it really comes back to my sleep and how important getting good sleep and being well rested really does impact you positively. So I thought I would just share some things that I'm doing that really did make a huge difference. And maybe these are things that you could start implementing. They might seem really small. They might not seem like they're a huge deal. But for me, when I made these changes, within a week, I saw some major improvements, just having to do with just sleeping better, and also like calming my anxious thoughts. Stay tuned if you want to hear what I've been doing. And again, these are just some little things. I just thought they'd be worth sharing if you are looking to make some changes in your own life. So these are the things I've been doing. Honestly though, most of these tips have to do with some changes I made before I go to sleep at night, and then a change that I had made when I wake up in the morning. So really they just surround my like sleep schedule, let's say, like the before and after. So let's just get right into this. So something I noticed that was causing, I think, maybe some anxiety, causing my mind to just race before I went to bed. I'd be laying in bed and my thoughts just kept going. I wouldn't sleep well. It would take me a long time to fall asleep. It would take me a long time to go to sleep, and then it would also take me a long time to go to sleep. I feel like I'd have like weird dreams, or I would wake up a lot, and I just was not having like a good quality night of sleep. So something I changed was I had to set a boundary for myself. And again, I didn't think it was as a big of a deal, but I decided that I cannot handle having my phone near me, or even on like my bed, on my nightstand, because it was so easy for me to just be like scrolling, looking on Instagram, or I'd say, oh, I'll just watch a YouTube video until I'm tired. And I would be doing that, and I was becoming addicted. Like I was listening or watching something every night to fall asleep, and I was like, this needs to change. I would stay up late, and then even after pushing my like bedtime, I would stay up even later because I couldn't fall asleep. So a change I made was setting my phone away from my bed, and this helps in multiple ways. So instead of being on my phone, I replaced it with something else. I'll get to that. But also just having it away from my bed, it was less tempting to check messages. And then with that too, I also have a setting where I don't get notifications past a certain time. And I was able to set it up where, like, if the same person, I think there's a setting, if the same number calls you like twice, then it'll ring and notify you, which I think is a great feature. Because then I know it was something really important. If someone needed to get a hold of me, they would call me multiple times. But yeah, so I have those notifications turned off, and then I have my phone set away from my bed. And then the next morning, I use my phone as an alarm, and maybe you don't, but I do. I have to get out of bed to go turn my alarm off. So that's something else that has really helped me too, because in the morning I would snooze, which would make me feel even more tired and groggy. And then just in the long story short, I just would wake up not feeling good or in the right headspace. So something that's really helped, again, it's not this groundbreaking idea. I'm sure people do it, but I didn't realize how much being on my phone in bed was impacting my thoughts, my sleep, and all those things. And I was addicted to watching random videos or just scrolling on my phone. So yeah, so that's the first change I've made, is setting my phone away from my bed. Replacing, and some nights I'm ready to just fall asleep. My husband and I, we get ready for bed around the same time, and then we're usually falling asleep around the same time too. There are nights I'm just ready to sleep, I'm tired, and then I'm able to just fall asleep. But there's other nights where, I'm not quite ready to go to bed, but the time I like to be asleep is approaching. So I've been reading before bed for the past, I think it's been over a month now since I've implemented this. And it has been such a game changer for me. And one of the books I read was called Love Does by Bob Goff. And it's just stories from his life, just all about love, how to show love, how to share love. So a very meaningful read. And I found that I don't like reading books before I'm going to bed that are too thought provoking, because then I feel like my mind would race, or I feel the urge to be I want to go write that down. I want a pencil or a pen to underline or highlight. Finding the right book, I think that's important too. So I'll do a little screenshot of a couple that I've read through. And to go along with that, so I used to scroll or watch videos on my phone. I had tried music, or I would listen to a sermon before I went to bed, or there's all these different apps to listen to a devotional. But then again, just having my phone with me or near me, I was way too tempted to search things and watch things. So I just had to cut it out completely and set that boundary for my own sake, for my well-being. And I'm glad I did, and that I've been able to stick to it. So kind of set a boundary to just have no phone in bed. I read before I go to sleep if I'm not quite tired. And then also setting my phone away from the bed. So I have to get up to turn my alarm off. Having to get up and turn my alarm off just helps me get out of bed so I'm not snoozing and ending up being more tired. And then one other thing, again, it has to do with my phone. So clearly this just has to do, this is and I'm not trying to say phones are bad. I think our cell phones are incredible. We have the ability, the capability to do so much with them. They're such an amazing tool, and all the apps that we're able to use, all the information we're able to access so quickly with this device. But just all the good it can do, it can also do bad as well. So it's all about just setting boundaries. And I myself, I did not have the self-control to just set my phone down. I will mindlessly scroll through. I would just so mindlessly scroll through my phone. And like I said, it was just I was addicted. I was doing it without even thinking. And it was just ruining me. It was ruining my well-being. It was just causing more anxious thoughts. And scrolling on Instagram and watching everyone's highlight reel can really, really get to you. It really got to me, because I'd be comparing myself to other people, even though there are people that I'm so inspired by, but it turned into more of the comparison game. Just constantly oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. Why don't I look like that? How can I look like that? I want to look more like her. Da, 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 da. And all this little thing, it turns into this never-ending spiral of reasons why, or just constantly thinking about what I need to change about myself to become more like this person, when ultimately my goal is to be more and more like Jesus, and that's my standard. That's who I look to. So the more time I'm spending looking to these people for all my inspiration and my setting the bar, my standard to be more like an individual. Like, no, it needed to stop. And I still fall short. I still fail. There are times, but now that I'm more aware of it, I can stop myself and I don't let myself mindlessly scroll for so long. And I feel like the second I see something that makes me feel, I guess, like bad about myself, or when I start thinking thoughts like, oh, I wish I looked like, then I just have to stop. You have to have that self-control. And that's something I pray about and talk to God about daily, hour by hour, minute by minute. I just have to constantly go to him and pray about it, because if I rely on my own willpower, it's not always there. So I look to God for my strength. And he sees my struggles, but he also sees my fight. He sees me fighting, and he sees me leaning into him. And the more I do, the stronger I am, and the more I'm able to not give in to my fleshly desires. And I guess the last point I wanted to make, or the last thing, again, having to do with my phone and just like the content I'm consuming. I don't look at my phone. This might not seem for very long, but I don't look at my phone or open any apps for the first 30 minutes that I'm awake. Because what I'll do, I paid more attention to this, I'd wake up, I'd get out of bed, turn off my alarm, and then I would, without even like thinking about it, I'm just like programmed to open my YouTube studio on my phone to check like for any notifications, or I'd go to Instagram again to check notifications before even like, oh, did I get text messages or messages from my family or friends? Like, it's just so ingrained in me to like, oh, I set that other boundary. So I get out of bed, turn my alarm off. I usually spend anywhere 5 to 10 minutes in the bathroom. Just I wash my face, do my skincare, come out, pour my coffee. I'm able to sit with my husband for like 10 minutes. And then I start getting ready for another 10 minutes. And by then it's been about 30 minutes. And then sometimes, well, typically I'll watch a video or listen to something while I'm getting ready. And that's another thing. That's like the next step where it's like, no, I don't need to be watching YouTube videos every time I get ready. So lately I've been trying to pick like a podcast or a sermon just so that I'm listening and not just, again, mindlessly consuming information that isn't helping me. All right, you guys, so that's all I wanted to share in this little like sit down chit chat. I just wanted to let you know how things are going for me, some things that I thought have been really helpful, and maybe you are looking to make some changes. So I would really encourage you to start implementing some of these things. And like I said, maybe you have more self-control than I do, and you are not as tempted to just mindlessly scroll on your phone. Maybe it's not as big of a problem for you, but for me, it definitely has become an issue. So the more I prayed about it, the Lord has revealed to me that there are definitely individuals or like accounts or pictures. I've definitely started to, not just started, it's been ongoing. I've been turning some of these people, a lot of ladies I follow, I've started to like idolize them. And it's one thing to like admire and be inspired, but I've been convicted of idolizing different other women. And it's just been, God has opened my eyes to that, and we're called to love each other and encourage each other. But when I think of these people that I maybe thought like, oh, I look up to them, I like this, I like their style, but when you're constantly comparing yourself and trying to live up to their standard or their way of life, and it can be a really unhealthy trap. It can be toxic. I just feel like these little changes have produced some real results. I feel like my well-being has improved overall, and I'm just being more mindful of my day-to-day, just more mindful of why I do what I do. That's just me. Maybe you can relate, and hopefully you got something out of this video, and I just wanted to share because I feel like these little changes have really made some real results, and my sleep has improved, and I feel like I've been doing a lot better mentally overall, and spiritually as well. All right, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one.